Hi, this is Sonia. Welcome back to my channel, Sonia on Being Successful. I hope you all had a wonderful week. 2 weeks had two challenges. One was to smile, people that you encounter walking down the street, in the grocery store, wherever, just smile at people. And how did you find that? Did you get good response from that? How did that make you feel? I know for myself that I smiled an awful lot these last 2 weeks, and it's something that I will continue doing, and it's something I've actually always done. I like smiling at people. When I'm running, I smile, say hi, and I love it when, you can see that they're walking and they're just, I don't know, maybe they're lost in thought or they're thinking about something, and then they return that smile and they say hello to you too. And I just think I brightened their day a little bit as well. How about the other challenge of doing, 10 squats, 10 push-ups, 10 sit-ups? How did that go? So one of the things I wanted to mention about the push-ups is I found this fabulous tool, I guess you can say. I have, it's right here. It's called a slingshot. And I'll link, where I bought it in the description below. But essentially what you do is you put it on your arms, on both your arms. And when you're pushing down, it actually helps you come back up. So it really provides some assistance. And I found this very, very helpful because I don't have a lot of upper body strength, and it really did help me do my push-ups. So if you're interested in something like this, like I said, I'll link to it in the description below. So today I wanted to talk about gratitude. What is gratitude? Well, gratitude is the quality of being thankful. It's showing appreciation, and it's kind of a return to kindness. It's really a thankful appreciation of all that we have, all that we receive. And studies, there's numerous studies that have shown that there are so many positive benefits when we practice gratitude. For myself, my top 5 would be that practicing gratitude enhances our self-esteem, and it leads to higher life satisfaction and greater resilience. By being resilient, it means that we have a greater capacity for dealing with the difficulties in life. Practicing gratitude can reduce stress. It promotes, again, the positive emotions, and it just promotes an overall well-being that generally leads us to having a reduction in our stress levels. As well, when we practice gratitude, our relationships can improve and they can become much more satisfying. When we show appreciation by saying thank you, it makes us feel good, and it can actually help us make new friends, strengthen our current relationships. Practicing gratitude can also enhance our sleep, especially when we do it before we go to bed at night. Having those positive thoughts as the last thing that we do when we go to sleep is going to help us kind of ease again the stresses of the day, help us perhaps worry less. And studies actually show that expressing gratitude before we go to sleep will result in, falling asleep more quickly and for longer periods of time, and really having a better quality of sleep. Gratitude can also improve our health. Again, many studies show that practicing gratitude can lead us to experience fewer aches and pains, and that if we express gratitude, we're better able to, or we seem to want to be able to take better care of our own health. But there are times though, like when I'm talking here about we're expressing gratitude, it's like, oh, life is good, life is wonderful, everything is beautiful. Well, I do know that, life has its difficult moments. There are times where bad things happen. Maybe you lose a job. Maybe you've lost a loved one. Maybe you're sick. Maybe you're just having, relationship difficulties. There are many times where life isn't necessarily as good as we want it to be. That said, I'm not here to say or come up with some cliched, saying that says, oh, people will say, oh, well, you've lost a job. Well, one door closes, another door opens. Okay, well, maybe that does happen, but I know for the person who is in that place where they are having a difficult time, they don't want to hear that. That's not going to make them feel better. However, what can make you feel better is to practice gratitude. There is always something to be grateful for. Maybe you lost your job and you can say, but I'm grateful that today is a beautiful sunny day and I can get outside, I can go for a walk, and I can think about what I want to do next. If we start replacing those negative emotions with positive emotions, our brains will tend to go to a more positive place. And yes, we still have to work through the difficult periods of time in our life, and I'll never minimize that, life can sometimes be difficult. But at the same time, I do believe that by practicing gratitude, by saying, I am grateful for X, Y, and Z. I am grateful for, the fact that I can get outside and I can go for a walk. I am grateful that I have a roof over my head. It's endless what we can be grateful for. And I'll just tell you something. I'll give you a bit of a personal experience in terms of a difficulty that I experienced in my life. And I'm going back, maybe 9, 10 years, I would say. I was in a job that I really loved. I loved this job. I had a fantastic team. We were doing things that was exciting. It brought me a lot of joy. And then a competition came out for the position. And unfortunately, I did not win. I lost by, there was one question that I just didn't answer properly. So I lost out on that process. I was devastated. I was so upset. I thought, what am I going to do now? Yes, there'll be another job for me, but it'll be such a smaller job. I won't have as much responsibility. And I was in a very bad place in my head. It was just negative. I thought, I'll never get another job. I'll never get something that I enjoy doing. And then one day I went out for a run and I just switched around the way I was thinking. I said to myself, yes, this is not a great feeling. It's too bad that you missed out on that competition. But, and I remember these are the words I said to myself. I said, come hell or high water, I will find myself another job that is just as good, where there's room to grow, where there's opportunities. And I started feeling more positive. I started feeling, yes, now I have a plan. I am going to go and seek something. Okay. That afternoon, get a knock on my door in my office and a colleague comes in. She's like, hey, Sonia, how's it going? I'm like, I'm good. Things are good. And she says, well, are you upset about, that you didn't get the position? I said, yeah, I am upset about that. But you know what? I'm moving on. I'm putting that behind me and I will do the best job that I can, but I'm going to be looking for something as well. And she was like, well, you know what? My buddy so-and-so at this department just happens to be hiring a team of people. And I think you do really well. Are you interested? I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I said, of course I am. So went for an interview. 2 weeks later, boom, I started a new job where it was fantastic, where I had lots of opportunities and, I was able to grow in a position and it was marvelous. And for me, that all came about because I changed my way of thinking. I allowed now the negative to kind of subside and the positive to take over. So you might be asking though, like, well, how do I practice gratitude? Do I just, kind of wake up and say, oh, I'm grateful for this or I'm grateful for that? Well, you can, but there is I guess, a good way in which to practice gratitude. And that is when you wake up in the morning, you write down, and whether it's pen and paper or you use, you do it digitally. Like personally, I prefer pen and paper. I just feel I can think better when I'm writing, by hand. And you just write down, what are the 5 things I'm grateful for and why? Don't just say, I'm grateful because the sun is shining. No, like, I'm grateful that it's another beautiful day because that means I can get outside and I can go for a really long bicycle ride, for example. I'm grateful that I have my health, that it allows me to go and run. It allows me to go and bicycle. It allows me to go and do whatever. And what you're doing is you're starting your day off with positivity. You're kind of setting the tone for the rest of the day. And then what you do at night is the same thing. Before you go to bed, write down 5 things that you're grateful for, or 5 really good things that happened to you during the day. And again, you're allowing those positive feelings to be there. And that's what's going to be in your head as you fall asleep. You're not dwelling on something negative that happened. You've now kind of programmed your mind to be in a happier place. And I know it might sound a little like, oh yeah, I'm just going to say I'm happy, I'm going to be happy. Well, yes, actually, I firmly believe that if you practice gratitude and you look at what all of the things that you're thankful for, everybody has something to be thankful for. We all do. And I do really believe that makes us feel much better, and our overall well-being is much better. So in terms of practicing gratitude, I bought myself a book called The 5-Minute Journal. I've practiced gratitude in the past, and I would just write it in my other journal, but not every day. It would be like, it wasn't a habit that I had. So this time I thought, I'm going to buy this little 5-minute journal and I'm going to turn it into a habit. So this journal, it's great. I actually started it today, and like I said, it's in the morning. You get up. It's a great way to just start your day. And you say, what am I grateful for? And then you also say, what is it that what will make today great? What are some things that will make today great? And when you go to bed at night, again, you're going to be, writing down what it is that made that day great, or how could the day have been made better? And again, what is it that you're grateful for? I will, I'll write down in the description, I'll put what the topics are, and so you can have a look at that. But I think this is a great way to be able to start practicing gratitude. And again, you don't have to have a book. You just have to have a piece of paper or do it electronically on one of your apps. But that's going to be the challenge for the next 2 weeks. Every day, write down 5 things that you're grateful for and see if that makes a difference in how you feel. So until next week, I wish you a wonderful week and enjoy practicing gratitude.